Have you ever wondered that when we want to put the letters ing at the end of a verb, like stand or jump or think, we just simply put ing on the end? But if we want to put an ing at the end of run or stop or skip, we first of all have to double a p or double an n. We have to double that final letter. Most of you probably have more important things to think about. Perhaps most kids already know which ones get the double letter and which ones don't get the double letter, and they usually say the reason for it is that it just looks right or it looks wrong. But what happens when we get to more challenging words like preferring or editing? Do we double the final letter before we put ing on the end in those words? There does seem to be a consistent spelling rule in the English language for when we do double and when we don't double that final letter, and these next two videos will be about that. The first and most important thing to consider is the final two letters of that root verb. By root verb, I just mean words like jump, stand, sit, skip, not the ing part. Look at the final two letters of those words, and if it's one vowel and one consonant, then those are the words that we need to consider doubling the final letter for. So in words like stand and jump, those final two letters are both consonants. We don't need to consider doubling that final consonant. That's why it doesn't look right to write standdding or jumping. But there are other things to consider as well. It's not quite as straightforward as that. So in this first video, we're going to look at root verbs, those root verbs that only have one single syllable. We're going to look at 8 examples, and each of them seem to finish with a vowel and then a consonant. Those 8 words are chat, shred, split, drop, dream, stray, grow, and mix. You may already be able to tell that for the first 4 of those words, we do double the final letter before we put ing on, and the final 4, we do not double that final letter. Let's consider why. In the word chat, the final 2 letters are A and T, a vowel and a consonant. So when we want to spell chatting or chatted, then we double that T before we put the ending on. It's the same for shred. Shred is a 1-syllable word. It ends with an E and a D, a vowel and a consonant. So we double that final letter, the D, before we put an ing or an ed on the end. We would even put a double D for a word like shredder. For split, the final 2 letters are an I and a T, a vowel and a consonant. So again, we double that T if we want to spell splitting. And for dropping, the final 2 letters are O and P, another vowel and consonant, so we double that P to spell dropping or dropped. But a word like dream or similar words like clean or swoop or sleep, they don't simply finish with one vowel and one consonant. They finish with a double vowel and a consonant. So we do not double the final letter for those words because it's not one vowel and one consonant, it's 2 vowels and a consonant. The rule does not apply to those words. Then in the words stray and grow, it seems like we finish with one vowel and one consonant, but in both of those words, the final letters are acting like vowels. Now, we don't normally learn that the letter Y is a vowel, although some teachers will say Y can sometimes be a vowel. It basically acts like a vowel, usually when it's at the end of a word. Sometimes in the middle of a word like mystery, the letter Y also behaves like a vowel, but at the end of a word like stray, we know that A and Y form one sound together. It's a vowel sound. Y is not behaving like a consonant. So really we treat it like it's a double vowel. We don't apply the rule to it there. And for a word like grow, it finishes with a W, which we normally think of as a consonant. But when W is at the end of a word, you don't normally get that consonant sound of W. It's really behaving like a vowel there, so we need to treat it like a vowel. So in words like grow or know or throw, the letter W is behaving like a vowel. The last 2 letters are vowels. We don't apply the spelling rule to that. And then we come to a word like mix, which ends with one vowel and one consonant, but the letter X never gets doubled. Now, perhaps the reason for that is the letter X kind of is a combination of 2 consonants, the sound that a K makes and the sound that an S makes. So you combine them together, you get X, a K and an S together. So maybe in a sense, it's already a double letter, and that's the reason we don't double it. I don't know for sure. The only thing I know is you don't double the letter X.